Just a quickie to say hello. And it happens because I sit down. It is now Wednesday night. I'm just going to upload this right away, but I've been back home. So I took the non-holiday days off this week so that I could just not go back up this week. I ended up going back up after Friday anyway, so I had to come home, get into what I was doing with I came home Friday morning after work, and then last week was weird. I had to cover a 12-hour shift Sunday night, Monday morning, and then I just stayed on nights, but to do 410s, so that, because that Sunday night, Monday morning, that went on the previous week's paycheck. And so in order to get my 40 hours for the week, I needed to work 40 hours, even though I had just got off 6 a.m. Monday. So I worked 410s on those subsequent nights, but I timed it so that I would go in an hour later, leave an hour later, and then end up leaving at 10 a.m. on Friday in case either Thursday or Friday they wanted to have a meeting. So came home 10 a.m. on Friday, went right the fuck back up, even though I had already started working on my sleep, and I covered on a Saturday to Sunday night. So, but anyway, Thursday day was the last time that I turned on a console. Now I am still addicted to Persona 5 Royal, or Royal. There's no E on the end. But down here, I am also addicted to house projects. And it's actually something that's been going on for quite a while. It's just only recently have I started to put money into projects that require that. So before, it was all about throwing stuff away, clearing out the garage, rearranging things. And so now it's taking on a bit more of a life. You can see a little bit of it behind me, but I'm not gonna. I actually talked with Exis about this. She's actually very interested in doing sort of a house walkthrough. I've never done that. Years on this channel, and you guys have seen that room and that corner, and that's pretty much it. So, actually, you know what? You have seen this room overall. If you guys remember back when we first started. Actually, none of you were here when I first started, but none of you that are still here. But I think I was still with that in the background when I started playing Destiny 2, and when I was playing not Rise. What was the name of that Monster Hunter game? That's not Monster Hunter. The Asymmetrical Evolve. So I might have still had that going on. But anyway, so you guys have seen this room and that room, but I kind of wanted to give you guys a walkthrough, but it's going to be a while before everything is done. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to tackle putting art back on the wall, but not the way that it used to be. And so that video will be a lot of fun to do. It'll be heavily edited. I'm going to show a lot of before and after pictures. So anyway, haven't been able to stream these last few Sundays because of this stuff. For example, like I did show either Discord or Twitter. Is there a bot that every time that you can put in your Discord that looks at a Twitter account, and then every time, or Instagram, and every time there's a post there, it just automatically links and makes the post in Discord? I'd be very interested in that. Yeah, because then I could point that to my stuff in the general chat, and then in the Kate room, could point that to Kate, and then in the Vroom Vroom room, I could point that to both mine and Snavs' Instagrams. But anyway, I showed you a picture of what's in there at the moment, and it's just all storage. And my computer is sitting on my chair, and that's because, and so if you see that right there, that I'm getting the pointing wrong, but anyway, that hole with all those cables coming out of it was part of the whole stream room project thing. Not to start, I thought I would be solving the heat problem by a duct connected to a fan out here. In addition to looking like ass, it did not work. It still heated up very badly in there and was not as quiet as that fan was actually pretty loud out here. So I drilled holes through my wall, and so all of the cables go through it. I've actually got a neat thing planned for that, so I might not be using that tower forever. Hopefully in the next couple months I'll be able to put something else, but the tower needs to be out here in order for me to be able to even use the computer. So I haven't been streaming. I technically could on the laptop, but the issue with that is the laptop will itself run loud. There's a reason why I have a stream room, and it's to isolate from noise. So you guys will hear the laptop through my microphone. And if the laptop is playing a game, that's when it likes to get hot. So, but in addition, the thought of spending a few hours doing essentially nothing when I'm home it just feels like a waste. I kind of wish that streaming was much more viable up in Phoenix during the work week, because when I'm there, I don't get to work on projects down here. So I still have things to do on the computer, mainly Project Raider, which I haven't touched in a few months, but that is a combination of work in here, 50-something, 66-hour weeks. I don't think I've had a regular 80-hour paycheck since January when I was in Portland. So it's been very busy. But in my room up there, I actually do spend a lot of time on the system. You guys saw me throw the system online and do a stream a while back, but I just did not like that lack of interactivity. One of my Camaro, he's got his own YouTube channel, and we talked about it a while back because he's pretty active on YouTube. He's just one of those guys that has a car channel, and so I told him about my YouTube stuff, and he ended up following both channels, and so he actually saw me streaming and came in. But in order for me to respond to him in chat, I had to pick up my phone and I stopped playing the game. So while I'm chatting with him, my character is just standing there doing nothing. So sure, I could hit the share button on the controller and throw that online with you guys, but I just don't like how uninteractive that is. There's no mic, there's no camera, there's me typing stops play. I don't like any of that. So you could argue that I could try doing it now, but again, it would be great if I could do it up there where I'm actually just playing the game. I can't do it with that crap internet. So anyway, Sundays will return, and they will return pretty soon. Once I get the house back to a certain point, even though it won't be done, then I do intend to start things back up. But right now I'm not. I'm still working on putting the house back together, and at the same time I still have more stuff to do. So and then what further complicates things is that putting the house back together, I'm not putting it back together in the same way. So it's not as simple as just going and getting all of the stuff back out. Things are getting arranged. We're trying to sell multiple pieces of furniture, get rid of others, move others, and the art, again, I used to just have the walls just covered in that stuff. No, I'm doing something else that'll look nicer, but the planning and execution on that's going to take a while and might cost more money on parts and stuff. So anyway, the other thing is that We Talk Over, I still want to get the recorded, unuploaded issue or episodes edited and up. And so that might be something that I start to kill some time with when I'm up in Chandler in between games. But so that first 2 Decembers ago, I need to get those up. Then there was one after that that I did with Waterboy, and we both did not notice that the mic was not recording. It looked like it was, but damn it, Adobe is terrible with that. Because you can click something and nothing will happen in that program. But anyway, after that is there was a third one. There are 3 We Talk Over sessions that I've done. One without audio, so it's not usable. But it was just Waterboy and I playing Destiny, the first one, and running around doing stuff and talking about it. And I kind of, honestly, it might be good that that wasn't recorded, because one, I feel like I was talking too much because he was kind of just silently in agreement with a lot of it. But two, the next session was Waterboy, Robbie, and I all swapping the controller around doing Mario Maker 2, and that was a blast, and we were drinking at the same time. So if I redid the Destiny thing where we just went back and talked about the first one after the state of where things are at, which Robbie, he came over a week or 2 ago, and we talked about it for a while, and he's up to date, and he was giving me all of the updates since the last that I knew, and he said, "Oh, you're gonna hate this," and he was right every time. Recycling content again. Anyway, so it'd be great if we went back and revisited Destiny 1 in a We Talk Over type thing, that Robbie was there as well, so the 3 of us could talk about it. Because Robbie is actually the reason that I even started that game. I had been, I think I bought it when it came out, and I threw it in the system, and I wasn't understanding the online stuff. I didn't have live, but I still was able to play, because you were able to play it to an extent, and you were still able to see people. It just, you couldn't PvP, you couldn't strike, and so on. So he bought me, I don't remember if it was a month, a quarter, a year, or whatever, of live, and said, play with me. So that's how Destiny started. So I turned it back on something like a month later. I think they had just patched the loot cave the week before, and that's when I started, and so that got me into that whole thing. So it would be great to redo that with them. I sent them a message yesterday or today saying that I have actually figured out how to go ahead and do We Talk Over remotely, and that would help with the fact that Waterboy and I live so far apart, and plus the whole we probably shouldn't be all hanging out in the same place type thing. Didn't get a response, but that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with that on their part. If anything, it shows how good friends they are, because they're not actually terribly interested, but they do oblige me, and so I thank them for that. But Halo, so Waterboy and I did Halo, and I'm pretty sure Halo 2 is on PC now as part of that Master Chief Collection. And if it isn't, then we'll just wait. But I actually figured out a complicated way to go ahead and get it all recorded properly for editing. The problem before is that OBS, one of the biggest problems that I have with it is that when recording or streaming, you cannot differentiate any of the audio in your computer. I've tried a couple apparent methods, but they did not work. And that one of them involved downloading a different piece of software that actually told your computer what was and wasn't system sounds, and that made it to where OBS would not see and send out those sounds, but I tested it and it did not work. So the method since I'm the one that's going to be showing the footage from my game, then the method is simply, okay, I'll get on Discord on my phone or with Bluetooth, or on the laptop with Bluetooth, and we'll communicate that way. Not on the phone, sorry, on the laptop. And on the laptop, record my voice separately and Discord separately after I balance them out. And that way, I can balance those together, and then on the desktop, have the game sound. Previously, because of the fact that OBS doesn't separate, what the issue was that if there was, you can try to listen and guess that it'll be good enough if it sounded good enough in my ears, but if I wanted to adjust Waterboy's volume or clean it up or do something with the game, his and the game audio would be together, so there would be no adjusting individually. This is a way around that, is just to use two different computers on my part, and if either of them did the same thing, that I could actually use their footage as well, because they can record their game footage and give it to me. So if Waterboy sticks me with a grenade again while I go into a pack of enemies and kills me, I can put that footage in there and it'll be his footage. It won't be split screen. So, but anyway, that can happen. I still would want to get the other episodes up, but that's just the way things have been. If I've been down here, I have been I actually put this shirt back on to record the video, but I've been sweating getting work done around here. I am currently cooling the house down because it was several degrees hotter than what I wanted to do my work. She's in bed, so she's all warm, so I'm cooling the house down several degrees. Sat down to turn on the console and actually just put in a little while of Persona. So what's very interesting about Persona right now is that I believe right now I may be exactly at the same point that I was when I quit playing the first one. And so that's very interesting to me. I actually don't remember or know what's next. I did not finish the palace that I am currently in right now. I am a couple... this palace has something unique about it. I have a couple tasks in the palace completed, and I'm moving on to the next one. So this is all very new to me and exciting in that way, and I can't wait to see all of the rest of it. I mean, because it's not just the new stuff. I didn't see the old stuff either, so I'm very interested in the ending and how it all happens. And I've been a good boy. Before I had all the girlfriends. Now it's just Anne, and it'll stay that way. And but on the New Game Plus stuff, that's where I'm interested in, because I've been staying away from spoiler type stuff, obviously, but I want to go and check very heavily on what all is new during the New Game Plus and all of the minute details of those things, because I want to see am I gonna have to play through it a dozen times to get all of the gifts that you can bring with you through the New Game Plus? Am I going to, how is the Persona registry gonna work with the things that the Persona that you have, I don't want to say crafted, but are you stuck? Can you screw yourself by that if you, say, purposefully level up one to level 99 and then have to pay an exorbitant amount to get it back out? Or is there a way to reset it? I don't know. So anyway, I sat down to play a little bit, and I will while the AC cools things down. But other than that, that's been where I've been. I intend to get back to the Sunday things as quick as I can. I think sitting down for an hour or two is arguable. I should be doing that. And so anyway, yeah. See you guys later.